Okay, Gary, we're back into National League action on Saturday, away to AFC Fylde. But let's go back to how you've been building on the positive aspects that the team showed last week in this week's training.
Yeah, well, we a lot of things we did well on the day. Unfortunately, one was poor defending, a goal against us against Halifax, and the other one was a deflection. But as I said on the day, and as you confirmed in the highlights, that we had many more chances than the opposition, and we've just got to stick one of them away as early as we can. But the mood of the camp is good. Obviously we've got more players becoming available, in which case it gives you a bigger squad to choose from. That's always been good. I've been writing down our squad when everybody's fit, and it's definitely good enough. So we've got to keep the players believing in the strategy, in their own ability, in their teammates' ability. And as some of our other lads come back and start getting part of a game, Armani for instance, he's trained well the last couple of days, so he will definitely be in the squad going up to Fylde. So that's another one back that we've missed really. So yeah, the boys come away disappointed, but a disappointment because they felt they did enough to win the game, other than the goals.
Players are coming in and out of the team. Injuries haven't been kind to us, have they? How are you looking forward to naming a settled team over
Well, that's the key, isn't it? All the teams that are at the top of the league have all had pretty much settled teams, and whether it's a good team or a bad team, it needs to be settled, because that's what you need to do. And unfortunately we've had to, at short notice, pick up loans that were short-term loans, and it doesn't always work out because they don't get the chance to play regular in the team, coming in and out, etc. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the day that we have the same team sort of after a win 2, 3 times, 4 times on the trot, 10 times on the trot, and then people know the team that's causing the most problems to the opposition will keep playing, and then the others have got to liven themselves up to get into that team if that team's winning. So that's how we do it. We have got a squad that can compete within our ranks, and we just need that little bit of luck, that little bit of not feel sorry for ourselves, and just keep going and believe in ourselves.
Jackson Longridge was one of those loans. What can we expect to see from him in the medium to short term?
I think we've seen already that he's strong, he's quick, he's committed. He definitely got that intensity in his game, so that's good. And I think he will be a regular loan. The left back spot has been a bit awkward for us. There's not a million left backs out there. Ramari came in and didn't quite set the world alight at that time, although he's a decent player. He ended up getting 20 minutes or so in QPR's game 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, but again, it's just people that come new into the team to fill a space. They're often good enough, but they haven't had enough games at their own club, or they're playing with a group of lads quickly in the league that they haven't really trained or played with much. So, and then you have to look again, sort of thing, because before you know it, their loan's over. But we're not. Again, I mustn't feel sorry for myself and feel sorry for our results. We've got to keep going. As I said, keep believing in what we're doing, and see where it takes us.
I'm sure AFC Fylde haven't had the season they expected What challenge will they present on Saturday?
Well, they'll always present a good challenge because they're the trophy winners last year. They're not a million miles in trouble yet. It's quite a big game for both teams, that's for sure, because they'll be looking at teams above them that they can try and drag back into towards them, because they're below us, of course. I think they're just in the relegation zone. They wouldn't want to be there, and their team's probably good enough not to be there. And they did very well, I thought, last year. They were up there. So we got to be ready, and we got to be careful that we don't think because they're below us they're a poor team. Because as we've said every time I have an interview, there's not too many poor teams at this level, and we've got to see some of these teams off. We need to start getting the double over certain teams, and this is another chance to get a double over a team in Fylde.
You say Omani's on his way back, and what more can you tell us about how the squad is shaping up in terms of fitness and injury?
Well, the longer the season goes on, the more injuries we're going to get back. I think Wince is another week. He's got another week out of the way. They're all sort of on the verge, not on the verge of playing in the first team yet, but on the verge of training properly. Wince and Dizzy. People won't know who that is. Liam Davis. I think they're still a couple of weeks away from training properly. So they're still the long-term ones. Armani's training fully now. He's been training for the last few days, which is good, and he looks bright and cheerful and ready to go. And then Jared is still struggling a little bit with his concussion. He's still got a few more days of protocol to do. Busey's not back yet. He's still having a little problem that he's got. I don't know. Is there any others? There's still a few. But anyway, so we've got a squad that will be going to Fylde to try and win the game.
It's becoming a bit of a cliche in terms of a long trip coming up, but another long trip is coming up.
Yeah.
And we'll be thankful for any of the supporters that can get to the game to support us.
Yeah, we'll understand if they can't. But there's some very loyal, supportive supporters that go to the away games and wouldn't dream of not being there, sort of thing. So credit to them, and hopefully in time when we turn it round and we get going. And sometimes whether it's this season, next season, the following season, their support has got to be understood as thanking them, but also we've got to give them something for their support, and that's what, as a manager, I do every day, because that's who you think about when you're trying to get the lads going.
We're halfway through January. How is it? I'm sure you've been looking forward to this month, and you've hinted at it in the build-up to Christmas and the New Year. From your point of view, in terms of reviewing the squad, which was obviously what you were planning to do and hoping to do, how has it gone so far? Do you feel as if you're on sort of schedule for what you wanted to do and tackle?
Yeah, there's still a couple of positions we need. We know that, and the squad, most people can pick an experienced squad if everybody's fit, so that gives us the age group as well that you need sometimes going into these matches. So sooner we can get that, the better. But we have to deal with what we got.
Because you did refer to the fact that the players coming back fit will almost feel like
exactly, yeah.
The same as new signings.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be. The only thing is that you have to manage them, because again, as we've said, we're not not in a reserve league, and we haven't got enough to have a reserve team to play games and get them match fit. So they have to get their match fitness in the games, or playing part of games, and then we have to do as much as we can as far as match sharpness in training, and that's what we're having to do. But there'll be a day when it all clicks into place and we go, oh, there it is. Let's hope it's not too late to still challenge for a playoff place.
Yeah, and presumably with a bit of luck, Tavistock might end up playing against quite a strong side.
Well, yeah, they could do.
10 days time, I think.
They could do, but then you sort of run the risk of, with all due respect to Tavistock, is there, what's the pitch like? We'll have to look at those sort of things, and whether
that's the only midweek sort of stroke reserve. I know it's not strictly speaking.
No, that's right, exactly. Yeah, it is, and we'll use that as and when we got all the details of their pitch, etc. But and who we need to play in that, who we can risk, who we can't risk, all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Right. So, but we're coming into a very important period at the moment, and we're putting a lot of time into it because we know that we've got to turn our results around. The performance was good against Halifax, but we've got to get our results, wins going now straight away. And I know I say that every week as well, but you state the obvious sometimes. But that's what all managers have to state, the facts as they are.